Do I look like I have anything against Jewish people? Do I? I love Jewish people. But the Apostle Paul sure seems to have a lot against them in Romans chapter 2. And he was one. For because of you, the Jewish people, because of you, the name of God is being blasphemed among the nations. The very people who are supposed to be God's representatives in the world are the ones who turn the world from God. They turn the world against Him because they misrepresent Him. Because they say one thing and they do another thing. Hypocrisy. They misrepresented the one whose name they claim. How did they do that? They make it so you have to study each one of these fine little grains. And of course they make it harder to get to God than would otherwise be necessary. And then they make all kinds of hoops to jump through. They become very upset. They begin to blaspheme God, as Paul says, Romans 2:24. Jump through the hoop, we have God and you don't. Look at that, that's the goal. You'll never get to it because you gotta go through all this first, ha 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 ha. That's not nice. That is not nice. The priest at my Catholic church was the same way though. I mean, this guy, when he went to proclaim the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ, he never wanted anybody to read along with him. He wanted everybody to pay attention to him and be looking at him. Stare into my eyes. Today, the Jews don't even accept their Messiah, so they really don't fill this role anymore of causing the rest of the world to blaspheme God. But there is a group of people who do fulfill this role. Christianity is now the entity that is turning the rest of the world from God. The rest of the world thinks God is a lunatic. Not because God is a lunatic, but because they portray him as a lunatic. They portray a caricature God, a God of their own invention, a God that makes them feel self-righteous.